Hello and welcome to Success Interviews. These are where I chat to a fellow female business owner and find out more about why they started their business and how they measure success. And today I'm joined by Nikki Roy from Body Mechanics Remedial Limited, and she's a corporate health and wellbeing specialist. I met Nikki back in 2019 when she was referred to me for some support, and I've been working with her ever since. And I'm really excited to have her on the call today because I love how she's developed her business to fit around her. So let me know a little bit more about your business, Nikki.
Okay, so as you said, my company's called Body Mechanics, and we're a corporate health and wellbeing specialist. And what we do is we focus on the physical, mental, and financial health and wellbeing products and services within the corporate environment. And the reason we focus on those is because they tend to be the three biggest stressors in people's lives. And we wanted to support people's businesses, but also their employees. So we offer things online, we do it on site. It's really a kind of bespoke program depending on what companies need. And we're small, but we're getting bigger, and we work with a number of different organizations, from SMEs to larger corporates that are global. So yeah, we can offer something to everyone, hopefully.
Yeah, and it's such a needed thing, isn't it? Whatever level of business in for employees to be able to give them something that helps support their health and well-being. It keeps them in work. It helps with employee retention and things. So I think it's so brilliant what you're doing out there. So my first question today is, why did you start your business?
It was a way for me to right what I saw as a perceived wrong through my own personal experience. So I was working in sales. I was doing very long hours sometimes, and there was a lot of travel, and I injured my back. So I slipped two of my lower discs, which anyone that's experienced that pain, it's quite something. And I wasn't able to work for 6 months. And then 2 years later, the same thing happened again. This obviously caused a lot of disruption to me personally, but also to my career. And I didn't feel at the time that there was enough support given to me around helping me stay in the workplace. And that's not necessarily a criticism of the employer as such, because I don't think corporate health and wellbeing at that point was really a thing. This was in 2010. So 2008 and 2010. And what I thought the issues were, they took issue with me kind of taking time out of work to go to appointments, to then having to find cover for workload or to stay late to make up to hit deadlines. And it became really sort of contentious and pressurized. And I just thought, this seems silly. This seems like there's a better way of doing this, surely. And so I decided that I was just going to walk away from my corporate career and look at providing health and wellbeing services on site predominantly. Because if I could have had access to a massage therapist, for example, just to give me half an hour just to ease that pain, I could have then stayed at work and carried on, instead of having a couple of hours out of the day and then travel, parking, all this. So I just thought, start Body Mechanics, see if I can fill a gap in the market. And it's going well. It's been tough, but I wish the injury had happened earlier, so I could have had longer to do this. So it's been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, and it's so important. I mean, you would think that businesses would want to keep their staff, particularly you've got highly trained member of staff, to then
Yeah,
lose them and recruit and replace that role when it's
yeah,
something as simple as you said, if you could have had a massage therapist on site once a week, whatever was needed, it would
yeah,
have kept you in that job, wouldn't it? Which obviously I'm quite grateful that it didn't, because you've then been able to create this great business. We've worked together for quite a while now,
yeah,
but actually this is a no-brainer, I think, for businesses to have
yeah.
this type of thing in place.
It's definitely getting there. And I think COVID, for all the damage that it did, has actually brought some good. And I think putting a spotlight on what we need to do differently, how we had to adapt our working practices, and how they're living differently, they expect different things, they want to be able to have more sort of balance and integration of work and life.
Yeah.
And being able to have these things accessibly and conveniently. That's kind of really important for people, I think. It's a win-win. If you get it right, it's only a win-win.
Yeah, definitely. So my next question is, how do you measure success? And I'm thinking of this in terms of both your business, but also that balance and integration between life and business.
Yeah. So kind of comes in two parts, really. So on the business side of things, or just the overarching sort of success for me, is having the autonomy and flexibility to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So it can be as, you know, mundane as making my own decisions, setting my own schedule, working with the clients that I want to work with. I mean, that's really key. But it's also being able to have that work-life balance and being able to travel, which I love doing. Taking some time away and just working more flexibly. 9 to 5, the conventional 9 to 5 just doesn't work for me. I don't like it. So having that flexibility and going, I've had a really busy week one week and having a lighter one the next, it just helps me personally stay on track. Then I feel like I can give more to my business as well, because the energy is there, the focus is there. And then I guess this is more of a sort of flip side and more fluid. Success comes from being commercially resilient. And I, as a lot of businesses have, we've had a lot of challenges and a lot of things to overcome. And the fact that I'm still here and I'm still going, I take as a success, a big success. So I think being able to kind of roll with the punches, being able to adapt, find a way, always find a way. It's not always easy, but just to get it done, to keep moving forward and just grow as a person and a business. I think those are my success points.
That's brilliant. And I think when we're business owners, actually our personal growth massively impacts on our business, doesn't it? Because as we grow as people, our vision and our values change, and then that will filter down into what we're doing with our business. And it's so important to do that, because obviously if you're in a very corporate employed role, as you grow as a person, that role isn't necessarily going to align with your vision and values.
Yeah, no, I think when you start off, your business is your baby. You are the business. And as it grows, as you get into it, you understand that you have to take a step back and let other people take things. As you know, when we started working together, I didn't always find it easy to kind of pass things over to you because it was mine. But you suddenly realise that actually outsourcing and growing and giving yourself more room to do other things is key. That you have to do that if you're going to move forward and be successful. So, and you do it very well, Sarah. I couldn't. They literally me so many times, so I couldn't do it without you.
Thank you. Yeah, and I love working with you. But that's not what this is about today.
No,
this is about you and your business and success. So my last question for you is, what one tip would you give to your younger self?
There's two actually. I think the main thing would be to just ask, because I think we make lots of assumptions about other people's perceptions of what we're asking for, and a lot of the time we talk ourselves out of things without, we don't want sorry.
Okay, don't worry.
A lot of the time I think we talk ourselves out of asking because we're concerned about the response. But I found that actually I've always been pleasantly surprised with people's responses, and the things that I've almost kind of like dismissed entirely have actually come good. And so you progress in that respect. But the other one is also, don't shy away from the scary or the difficult, and I think they kind of tie in with each other. I think to push yourself, you have to kind of, like you say, everybody goes, push your boundaries. I think that's very true. And I think when you do that, that's where you get that commercial and personal resilience as well. And you learn new things, you meet new people, and it can only ever be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think everything starts off with having those conversations, asking people, because if they're not interested, they'll say no. But you've
Yeah,
developed a new relationship there.
yeah,
And as difficult as it can be sometimes to have the confidence to go and do that, it's always going to have some form of benefit to you in your business, even if it is just a practice in that confidence that you need.
yeah. And also, I think, like you say, if they say no, it's then gives you like why have they said no? It
Yeah.
gives you an insight, or it's are you asking the wrong question? Are you asking the question in the incorrect way? It's it guides you as to where you should go next.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Nikki. It's been
Pleasure.
great to
Thank
chat to
you.
you for this. People, please do go and check out the other success interviews. There'll be some information about Nikki and how you can get in touch with her below the video once it's been published. And I hope you'll join me in another one soon. Bye for now.